Hello everyone, I'm Cheng Ruizhe. Now I'm going to present my personal project. My title of personal project is Preference of Further Study of Graduated Secondary Student After SPM. This is my statement of problem. According to report of the Star News on August 29, 2022, the Statistics Department found that 72.1% of the SPM graduated did not want to continue their study. This figure is worrying. If it reflects the real situation in the local area, it will be a huge loss of the country because this means that the country will lose a large number of high intelligent and professional and technical person to serve the country or society. If the phenomenon continue to develop, it will become an obstacle for the country to move toward a high-tech generation. Research objective. Now I will to explain my research objective and question. My first research objective is to compare the willingness of students with different grades in the last exam to further study. My question is, I think it is not necessary to keep going further study. Question number two, I think there are other ways to make a living that is more suitable for me besides further study. I think question number three is I think I can get a job without the study. And question number four, I think work should focus on interest, which has little to do for the study. These four questions, the purpose of this four question is to asking the student is there the willingness to continue their study based on the factor that I list above. If they think they are not necessary to going for the study, so they are maybe they are not going the college or university after SPM, or maybe they feel that further study is not important to their future work, so maybe they no go the university or college. My research objective two is to compare the willingness of students with different grades in the last SPM to further study. Question number one is, what is your gender? Question number two, which secondary school are you study at? Question number three, average score of all subjects that you take in the last exam fall into which category? Question number four, which subject scored the highest in the exam, in the last exam? And question number five, which subject scored the lowest in the last exam? This five question is to differentiate the level of student, because I think that different school and different level category of the student will affect them to choose the will affect their willingness to the college to further study. This because some school their average the average score of student is quite low, and some school is high, like maybe the famous school of that area, maybe their student is more the willingness to further study, but maybe the lower category of student, they are not willingness to further study because they think that they are not the ability to continue their further study. Okay, so this five questions will differentiate what the gender, school, and the category, higher marks and lower marks of the exam. The higher marks and lower marks will also affect the willingness of student, because maybe the highest marks is maybe like language subject, maybe like BM, BC, or BI. Like this subject, if it get the highest marks, the student will also may not to continue for the study, because this but I think that this language subject is not the important to to them to further study. The willingness is low lah. But maybe the highest subject if is the mathematics or science. They will got the willingness to continue their subject, their further study to because maybe they can do the engineering, or maybe they can do the maybe some scientific experiment in the future in the further study. This is my research objective 3. The research objective 3 is to discover the goal or dream of secondary school student. This research objective 3, I will do it in the interview form. And the objective 1 and objective 2 is doing by survey. This objective 3 will going by interview. So I will interview the student. What is your dream and what do you have this dream? Question number 2, I will ask that, do you think future study can help you achieve your dream more easily? And question number 3, I will ask them what is their opinion about more and more students, more and more secondary graduates don't want to continue their study. These 3 questions, from the first question, I will ask that what is their dream. So they were sharing to me that their dream, and I can get more the opinion from the student. And question number 2, I can figure out that I can discover that if the willingness of student to further study is that connect to their dream. Maybe their dream is their opinion, their willingness to further study is just about the parents suggestion, not their personal opinion. So I will ask them if the willingness of further study is connect to their dream or not. And question number 3 is my target question. So I want to know that what is their opinion about this phenomenon. More and more secondary students don't want to continue their study. So what did they think about this phenomenon? Okay, there are 3 most important of finding to my title. This study show that most students still think that entering a higher school is important learning process after my interview, because this can make them more capable in the future workplace. Most of the students I asking after interview, their answer is they go for the study is want to get the diploma or degree of the university or college, because that diploma or degree paper is it will give them more chance in their future workplace, because if the company will hiring the worker with the more degree compared to the personal know the future study. The factor that influence their choice to going for the study is the novelty of various social media, because nowadays more social media we can see that many people is very have the better life without for the study. So the student will think that is that no need to for the study also can achieve this better life. But they don't know that the person who get the better life, there are more and more effort behind them, but they only show the good face in the social media. So this is this is the factor that why the student will want to like them, because they think that they no need to put out the effort, then can also get a better life. So maybe they want to go for the study. And the survey can make us know student truth and choice more clearly. Through the survey, I can know that the data of the data of this area of the secondary student, what did they think, and what is the data give me know what is the average point, and how did the satisfaction or the agreement of the question I asking. The recommendation of this subject is give more reason that will affect their willingness to enter a high school. In this way, we can know more student truth. And also, parents should also pay attention to their children's learning state and pay more attention to their future prospect. Because as the parents, more of the parents will only focus on their work, but no asking the learning state of the student. So the student maybe cannot get the better suggestions from their parents. They can only get suggestions from their friends or from themselves by seeing the information from social media. So maybe this also will make them make the failure choice or the wrong choice. So the suggestion of parent is also important for student. And also, school can also do some questionnaires to ask students their own truth on future education. School can take the responsible to ask them to counselor the student what is their dream and what is their truth of the future study. If they are know the willingness to further study, school also can ask them why is they think about why they make this decision, and they can maybe the school can do the improvement or the improvement from the education to make them get more choices, or give them their good give the student some good suggestion to the future. When doing this personal project, the biggest challenge I faced got two. One is some secondary students' English expression ability is not strong. So during the interview, they could constantly insert Chinese or translate it. So I will translate it to them in Chinese to let them understand my question. Because if I asking the fully question by English, maybe they don't know what I think, what I say about. So I will ask the English first, and I will translate it to Chinese to them for them to understand my question. They also respond me by English, but maybe there is some broken English lah. So I will when I doing the report, I want to translate it to the proper English in my words. So it is difficult. Some difficult for me. Some secondary students are reluctant to accept the investigation and only accept the cooperation in the investigation after they show that everything is enormous. The challenge is like that. When I want to survey question and I want to interview question, they will ask me, my name is going to show in your presentation, or I'm going to you will show my face in your college. So they are scary or they are shame lah maybe. So when I tell them, oh no, this is I'm just do the survey and interview by anonymous. So it is not show your name or your picture out in my presentation. So they will balance and they will give me the cooperation to continue my subject, my project. The most important thing learned from project is nowadays the student ideas is in a new era are different from those of 20 years ago. They have their own ideas instead of just following the arrangement of their parents. Maybe 20 years ago, most of the students will just take the suggestion of their parents. Their parents say go left, they go left. Their parents says go right, they go right. Their parents say go for the study, also they will go for the study. But nowadays, in a new era, nowadays the student in new era, they have their ideas themselves. So they have their own ideas. So they will think that, oh, is that for the study for me is important? Is that is necessary for me to for the study? If not, or maybe they will not choose the study. Maybe they directly working by no diploma also can. This is their ideas. In many fields, and the second important things I learned from project is in many fields, the threshold is getting lower and lower, and some of them don't even need to continue their study in university to get diplomas. Some of the job of the threshold is getting lower, and this is not necessary to maybe some job, not all the job, but some job is not necessary to get the diploma. Maybe I will say that maybe be a YouTuber or be a TikToker or doing business online, or maybe doing business by social media from WeChat, Facebook, okay, or maybe Instagram. This type of the job is not necessary to get the diploma, and it also can get the money lah. So maybe some student they are willing to do the job like the example I say before. So they are no the willingness to go for a study. And after asking them, after survey them, after interview the student, not in the graduated student after SPM, more people are yearning for entrepreneurship. So if they are willingness to entrepreneurship, not all the entrepreneur is necessary to go in university or go college, because the entrepreneur, they also can do the business without diploma, because it is their own business man. So it is not necessary to get the diploma. This is my research, my conclusion of research. Oh, the presentation video link later I will put it in here. Okay, thanks. So this is my I'm finished my presentation, and later I will put my video link in this slide. Okay.